parking for that antique car, boat, or RV. Due to our recent expansion, we offer units that range in size from as small as a bedroom closet to as big as a one-car garage. All of our units are inside and climate controlled with 24-hour access and security. Our leases run month to month, so you're not locked into a long-term commitment, giving you the flexibility to move your belongings out the minute you purchase your new home. Stop by today or give us a call, 530-8003. That's 530-8003. Jessup Premium Storage.
The cool, clean, and secure.
This is Bill Parker with Parker Insurance and Realty, your locally owned and operated independent insurance agency. We specialize in home, auto, commercial, ATV, motorcycle, and boat insurance. Being an independent agency, we have the ability to find you the best price available to suit your insurance need. At Parker Insurance and Realty, we can help you package your insurance or find the specialty insurance required to get you covered. We are your source for any real estate needs, whether buying or selling. We can help you. Give us a call today so we can discuss your insurance or real estate needs. Parker Insurance and Realty, 265 South Macon Street, 427-9345. That's 427-9345.
And good morning to you. You're listening to The Big Dog, WIFO-FM in Jessup, 105.5 on your FM dial. Butch Hubbard here with you Wednesday morning, very first day of June 2016. And we're going to have mostly sunny skies today, high today of around 93 degrees, with a 30% chance of those pop-up afternoon and evening showers. The automobile level is at 6.7 feet and falling. All right, it is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway. Also brought to you by Parker Insurance and Realty on Macon Street in downtown Jessup and Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear. Well, Bob, coal ash is still a big controversial subject here in Wayne County, and we've got some folks in here that's involved with a committee on helping get the word out and to talk about how coal ash can harm Wayne County and the surrounding area. So we got Harley Grove this morning. Betty Benner, good morning.
Good morning.
How are y'all doing this morning?
Good.
Good. All right, tell us, Harley and Betty, what organization has been formed and what are y'all doing? Y'all got a nice brochures here and all kinds of information. Tell us a little about this committee that y'all are involved with.
The committee is called No Ash at All, and what we are trying to do is to boost our membership to a level. We're hoping for about 2,000, but more would be great. And this is not just for Wayne County. This is for all the counties in southeastern Georgia and anyone who is concerned about water quality and the future of the quality of living, to keep it to where it is and to not let others come in and pollute our water system.
Okay, no,
when it could be avoided.
This is a formal committee. Y'all registered proceeds, the folks that want to give money to it's tax deductible, all that.
We have a partnership in our brochure. You'll see it's called the It's called the Center for Sustainable Coast, and they are our tax deductible partner. Donations can be made to them. We have a separate category for those who would like to purchase T-shirts, signs for the yards. We also have bumper stickers. One of the really neat things to come out of this is that we have an anonymous donor who will double match any contributions that are made to the Center for a Sustainable Coast.
Wow. So if a person gives $5, they're going to give 10, 15?
15. They will give 15. They will double.
They will double the amount that somebody gives.
Yes.
So they just don't want to do it all their own. They want, grassroots efforts there, and they will double the match. Okay.
Yes.
Man,
yes.
Geez.
Yes.
Wish I could get that kind of return at the bank when I put my money in there.
Yes.
All right. So what's the official name of y'all's committee?
The official name is No Ash at All. That is the official name. Wayne County No Ash at All.
Okay, Wayne County No Ash at All.
Right.
Harley Grove and Betty Benner this morning with that. Are y'all officers in it? Just committee members? Do you have officers of any type or anything of that sort?
We're just committee members. We have a steering committee, and we are committee members, but we do not have officers. We're egalitarian.
And we do have a website called noashatall.org.
noashatall.org. Okay, so folks can go there and take a look at it. Got a nice brochure here, fold-out brochure with pictures on it and different information on there, so folks can get these brochures and take a look at it. I know it says on here, coal ash kills a high water table in porous sands atop the Florida aquifer, dump coal ash? Absolutely not. Wayne County, no ash at all. With the triangle in the middle there, where the okay, who put the crossbones in there? That's a good visual effect right there, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right.
And,
Go ahead.
and the nice thing is that membership is only $5, so it's very affordable. And as Betty said, we're trying to boost our membership because there is power in numbers, and we'd like to have as many members as possible to get involved with this.
Okay. What is the goal, the purpose, the mission of this committee? No ash at all. Wayne County, no ash at all. Betty?
Our ultimate purpose would be to encourage the Corps of Engineers to deny the permit to build the rail spur down at the Broadhurst landfill, to prohibit coal ash from entering Wayne County. But also, and because of that, because of the effects that will have, not only for the possible contamination of Wayne County soil and water, but also for, again, anything that is above the Florida aquifer.
Okay.
So our goal may seem to be just within our county because of who we are, but again, we want to embrace and encourage anyone in Southeast Georgia to join in our efforts, and also along with hopefully convincing the Corps to not allow this, but also to reach out to the EPD, as we did when we went to the meeting a couple of weeks ago, to try to encourage them to understand and to embrace more stringent or more restrictions on where coal ash can be placed, especially with our very porous soil. It's not a good place.
Can anything legally be done at this time? Do y'all see of that, unless the EPD or EPA changes their rules and regulations of what can or can't be done? If it's, we've talked about this on the Butch and Bob show, that things are, it's like it's a very, very big uphill battle unless the state or the federal government decides they're changing their mind on certain things. Can we move forward with stopping the coal ash without the federal government or state government stepping in?
I don't see how we could do that. If their rule, a company is going to go by the rules, or not just a company, but anyone would go by the rules and will push those rules, push those boundaries. So as long as a company or an individual or any kind of entity is acting within the rules, then there's very little that anyone can do.
Okay, if anybody wants to text in a question or comment for the committee here for no ash at all here in Wayne County. We're Harley Grove and Betty Benner. You can text us at 912-427-3711, 912-427-3711. Somebody just text in, leave me an application, I want to join. So you've already got another member. Okay?
Wonderful.
Bob?
Y'all mentioned y'all recently went to Atlanta. How did that go? Do you think they listened to you? I mean, I've talked to several people, and it's kind of like the one they had here. It's a horse and pony show. They listen, and they're like, they put it on because they have to put it on, but they don't really listen. It's like, thanks for coming, but this is a done deal. We'll see y'all later.
Well, when we got there, they did have a draft regulation done that they shared with us and allowed public participation or public comment on that. And of course, most of the comments related to the dangers or the risk involved with leaks from coal ash and the fact that it has has toxic constituents because coal ash is comprised of a lot of different metals, and any leakage could cause some real problems with our water source. And as we talked and tried to encourage them that this was their opportunity to put some teeth in a regulation that would help protect our environment and our communities throughout the state. And they kept making the comment, well, this is the regulation that we have. And of course, it has to go before DNR, and they have to have some input and
we get the source
final regulation. And so, it's imperative that we make some contact with members of the DNR board and let them know that we have some concerns. We addressed a minute ago the issue of whether anything could be done at this point. I think, again, numbers have some power. And if we can get more people involved and become more vocal about this, I don't think the Republic would have much choice but to listen to the community, knowing that they're coming into a situation where no one is in favor of their being a part or having a part of our community with the coal ash. They can still operate a very lucrative business with the solid waste disposal out there. Coal ash is just a plus for them. It will increase their revenue a good bit, but again, back to the meeting with EPD, basically they listened to us, but I had the impression that they were moving forward with what they had in place, which was a very minimum in regulations, and again, feeling that they should take it to the fullest extent at this point, and then as they go to the DNR, if they felt that they needed to back off a little bit, back off then and make some adjustments. But
well, you're both former educators, so y'all both more educated than I am. You know, my frustration is, and I've said this from day one, and no one can give me the answer to this question. I've asked congressmen, I've asked senators, I've asked everybody I can possibly find. The question is, why did they change it from toxic to non-toxic? Why did they change it from hazardous to non-hazardous? There's your major problem. That was done at the federal level with the Obama administration, all in people. And my guess is somebody gave a bunch of money to whoever they needed to because it's all about money. And it's all about money here. You know, you say Republican, we're going to make money too. County's going to benefit.
yes.
And I say the big headline every year should be Wayne County government has to spend has to go borrow $4.5 million just to operate the county budget. Guess what? They won't have to be borrowing no more money when coal ash comes rolling in Wayne County. So to me, we always say it all the time, it's always about the money. So that's my big issue. My big issue is the federal government is dictating where this is going. They used to be in ponds. They can't put in ponds anymore because that proved to be a problem when hurricanes came and blew it all over the place. So now the federal government says it has to go in lined landfills. Well, guess what? State of Georgia has 9 lined landfills, and that's where they're dictating it's going. And 10 years down the road, they're going to come back and say, oh, we made a big mistake. They can't put in lined landfills because that's not a good idea. So, but that's my problem. My problem is the federal government is dictating where this stuff's going. And we're just poor victims. We've got a landfill. It's a lined landfill. Republic says, oh, it's safe. It's the same thing you hear from other environmentalists when you talk, you go to other industries, right? It's the same thing. People talk about danger. Oh, no, they're monitoring. They're doing this. They're doing that. So how do you battle the federal government? Because that's my issue. They keep bashing our local people, but they went on that game for a long time. They finally got off that, where they're just crushing our local commissioners, people in Solid Waste Authority. They finally, thankfully, got away from all that because those people didn't even know what the word coal ash meant at the time they made the deal. So how do you fight that? Like I said, y'all are a lot more educated than I am. So explain to me how we fight the federal government on this issue.
Well, Bob, I agree with you. I think that there was a lot of lobbying at the federal level to reduce the regulations, and that seems to be trickling down even to the state level now. But as far as fighting, again, I think numbers speaks volumes, and if we can get enough people involved, that we have a large constituency pushing for this, then I think we may have an opportunity to have a better voice and to impact some of the decisions that are being made. As Betty said, trying to prevent the Corps of Engineers from approving a rail spur out there would be, that would be basically the end of it.
Was anybody from Republic at the meeting in Atlanta?
Yes.
They were.
Yes.
Did they speak at all?
No. There was a professor from Clayton State University who was a scientist there who spoke. There was an attorney with Greenlaw who spoke. Some other individuals who spoke who have similar issues as we do. But Republic was a silent presence in the room.
Right. Well, they're not being silent anymore. They sent a letter.
Yes.
You saw the letter they sent to the commissioners, and they said that, they're tired of being bashed and all this misinformation being put on. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But as you mentioned, there is power in numbers. So, the organization, I'm curious how many people have signed up for your organization once you've got this publicity out. Are the numbers increasing? Are more and more people joining your organization? Or are you pleased with the response that you've gotten since you started the organization?
Oh, yes. If you mention coal ash, I've yet to encounter anyone who is in favor of coal ash. And now that we're just getting our materials out there, we're going to be at the farmers market Saturday. We'll have brochures with all the information. We'll have signs. So we can speak to those who may not know or may want more information. And again, we plan to be speaking to different groups from here to Brunswick to Kingsland. We want everyone on board to understand this is not Wayne County's battle. This is a battle for for anyone who lives over the Floridan aquifer, and ostensibly anyone who has issues or has concerns about the quality of water being contaminated.
And it's that quality of water that's probably the biggest issue for me, because we already know that there has been a leakage at Republic at our solid waste site here already. It was kind of shoved under the carpet, and we were fortunate that we were able to find out about it eventually. But to me, putting down a liner, I think they said 50 millimeter liner, is not the answer to being able to contain any of the possible damage that leaks from coal ash could do. Because I think about a pool liner, and we know that those have to be replaced about every 10 years, but they often leak in between times. And anytime that you put down a liner, nothing so far has been designed as a liner that's completely fail safe. And if they put down a liner, we're right over the Floridan aquifer, it leaks, then our water's contaminated.
Well, that was the big surprise when we found that they already put coal ash in there. As much coal ash already been dumped to that landfill. So, that's the thing too.
Well, why do you tell Republic? They say, well, we're going by the federal regulations. We're going by state regulations. We're following everything that the government says that we need to do. We put down 12 to 15 feet of packed hard clay, and then we come back in with the liner the government says we need to put in there. We put it in there, we cover it back up. Of course, during the transportation of it, the unloading of it, of course, it's going to be blown around some. We all know that. And they're saying that we're following the federal regulations, we're following the state regulations, doing everything that we're supposed to do. We're dotting our I's, crossing our T's. How can y'all think that y'all can stop us when we're doing everything by the law and by regulations? Where do you go from that with them?
I really think the point is I wish Republic would see that we're really doing them a favor, that there probably will be more leaks, and if they would just not put coal ash in Wayne County, it would save them a lot of money in the future. And really, that's the thing. There are actually communities across this country who want the coal ash, who need that money. And again, the issue is the soil. And this landfill for this coal ash is going to be huge.
I know, it's going to be, if you got a rail thing coming in there with all that.
It's going to be huge.
I didn't surprise there was that much land out there that could
it's huge. In fact,
hold all that.
I was out there. I went to the top of, as it's referred to as Crushmore? Trashmore. Okay.
Trashmore.
And actually,
crushed it, then trashed it. Huh?
Yes, and actually, right next to that, to the south, there are actually excavation in progress right now to begin mountain number 2 for that. But it was explained to me that if and when this, and if not, this coal ash deposit comes, that it will be covered with some sort of tarp every afternoon, and that it has the potential to be actually as high or higher than the current trash pile. And that's what the engineer told me.
Well, that's what our question was when we had Republic on here a few months ago is, why here? You're over a major aquifer. We know it's convenient. Transportation costs are going to be less. We have to take a look at the bottom line. They're a company. But why here? As you mentioned, there's other landfills out there. There's ones that are not over major aquifers. We all know something always goes wrong on stuff. I don't care what you do in life. Something's going to go wrong. Something's going to happen. And you don't want to affect the drinking water for, basically hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people when an accident may happen. And, they just said, well, we're beating all the rules and regulations. This is our site. We've applied for the permit. We've gotten it. We're going to put it in there. And, and as y'all mentioned, numbers is going to have to do it. If they just see just a handful of vocal people, they're going to say, most of Wayne Countyans and Brantley County and Pierce County and all that's not all that concerned about it. But if they see a few thousand people on committee, then it's a whole different ballgame.
And we have to fight the power companies that are searching for sites to dump their coal ash, and so they have a lot of money and a lot of people behind them pushing, and they have a lot of power, I guess you would say, through their lobbyists to get regulations in place and to be favorable to them. So those of us who are just citizens of a community that can be affected very negatively by the coal ash dumping, the only power we have is to band together and to try to fight it. To me, I sort of compare it to the original colonists and their fight against England for independence. England had all their laws and regulations in place that they expected everybody to abide by, but the colonists felt that those were wrong and they needed to fight against it. And by numbers and in mass and supporting one another, they were able to overcome that authority. And to me, I see us doing the same thing, sort of a David fighting Goliath, that we have to band together as a community and work towards trying to defeat this.
Well, we already, Representative Bill Wertheis, our representative from this area, already got one thing done already in the bill passed through there, saying the fact that we have to be informed, communities have to be informed when permits are applied for. Is there anything that y'all working with the legislatures, with Chad, with Bill, with Tommy, with anybody saying, what can we do in next session to try to regulate some of this?
Well, our first move was to go to EPD, and as we said that, and I made the comment to them at that time, was I used to think that EPD was sort of a bulldog out there to protect our communities, protect our environment, but it seemed that they were content with doing the least in terms of regulation that they could do to feel that they were satisfying somebody. And I'm sure that they've had some political pressure put on them as well. But I think in terms of the regulations or legislation at this point, I mean, we've been in contact with legislators, but other than what Bill Wertheiser has done, as far as we know, nothing else has been moved forward.
What was this comment you said about having to contact DNR, the Department of Natural Resources? What was that all about?
Well, our understanding when we went to the EPD meeting in Atlanta was that once they had their regulation drawn up, they would take it to DNR. And DNR,
well, they had guys from Wayne County.
Exactly. So people need to contact Mark Williams.
Yes,
Very definitely. But the regulation would go to DNR, and DNR would determine whether they were willing to accept that or not. Mm-hmm. And then if they accepted it, it would move forward for public review, and then it would become regulation. So DNR was going to be very much involved. And so we have a fellow from St. Simon's that's on it, I think Bill Jones, and a lady from Savannah area that's on the board, and Mark Williams. So we have 3 people in our area who are on the DNR board that we need to contact and to try to help them understand our concerns and what kinds of ideas we have.
Okay, Betty Benner and Harley Groveland this morning with a committee called No Ash at All, and y'all are really getting this started right now and trying to get members. So once again, how can a person look into becoming a member of the No Ash at All Wayne County No Ash at All committee?
Probably the most immediate thing that they could do is come to the farmers market Saturday. Our website will not be up. Well, it is up, but it's not running. It should be running the first of next week. I spoke with our page designer last night, and she assured me that going through everything, it will be ready to go next week. We do have an address in our brochure, and I believe, is there a phone number? Yes, we have a phone number. And to contact for more information, the number is 427-7881.
Folks can get T-shirts, bumper stickers, yard signs, you name it, they can practically get it to put out there the fact that they want to say no ash at all, Wayne County no ash at all. And those items are available at McCrary Graphics on East Cherry Street. You've got nice brochures here that folks can have to hand out or put in their place of businesses or wherever the place they'd like to put them out at. And which again, that phone number again is 427-7881. Wayne County, no ash at all, 427-7881. And the website is noashatatall.org. And you do have an anonymous donor out there. So if a person gives $1, they'll give $2 to help get the word out about the committee and what y'all are working for in terms of trying to stop tons and tons of coal ash coming in. And how do y'all think that you're going to be able to stop the rail spur? I mean, how does that from a legal standpoint? How do you go in there and say, tell the railroad company, well, you can't do that?
I really think I'm hoping when the Corps looks at application, there's a lot of vague language, and there are a lot of components to that particular request that really need to be addressed individually, and I'm hoping that's what the Corps is going to see. One thing I did want to mention, Representative Hank Johnson, who is from Georgia, he's a congressman, and he has introduced HR 4827, which is a bill to deal with coal ash landfills. It's called to deal with the coal ash landfills. And right now, the last time I checked in March, it's in committee, and so we do still have an ongoing active discussion on how best to safeguard our water supply. So
well, you do have someone that buys ink by the barrel, and that's Dick Neesmith, who's definitely part of this, trying to stop the coal ash. He's gotten a lot of publicity on it, not only in his own newspapers, but also statewide because of the stand on it. And so that'll be interesting to see how this comes along. But folks, if you'd like to be part of this committee called Wayne County No Ash at All, you can call where does that phone number go to? 427-7881.
It's an individual's phone number. Yes,
okay.
Someone with the committee.
Somebody with committee, or you can go to their website at noashatatall.org. Betty Benner and Harley Grove in there this morning from the committee to talk about this and their goal of trying to get the information on here out about how coal ash can be harmful to southeast Georgia and northeast Florida.
And Butch, let me just reiterate that locally, the membership is $5 to join our group. And then, as Betty said, we have bumper stickers and yard signs. Bumper stickers are $2, yard signs are $10. T-shirts are $15, but those contributions would not be tax deductible. But if someone wanted to contribute a sizable amount or any amount beyond the $5 and wanted to have a tax deduction, they could send it through the Center for Sustainable Coast, which is in Brunswick, and the brochure that we have has information about that. And they just to earmark it for no coal ash at all in Wayne County, and the money will come to us, but they will be able to have it as a tax deduction.
Okay, we got more guests out there in the green room, so we got to get them on in just a moment. But anytime that y'all want to come back on to talk about membership, meetings, anything at all, just set it up and we'll have you back on, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll be back more of the world famous Butch and Bob show in a minute.
Hi, we're the Blueberry Buddies.
Here with some juicy details about the Georgia Blueberry Festival.
June 3rd and 4th at Goldwasser Park in Alma.
You'll find lots of sweet things to do, including the chance to see living history with a Civil War camp at Indian Village.
The festival will also include a fun run, the Blueberry Jam concert and dance, pie eating contest, and a parade.
Of course, there will be lots of sweet, delicious blueberries and the tasty blueberry pancake breakfast.
Plus arts and crafts, great entertainment, and so much more.
Get all the details at GeorgiaBlueberryFestival.org.
You'll be blue if you miss the annual Georgia Blueberry Festival, June 3rd and 4th at Goldwasser Park in Alma.
The 42nd Annual Georgia Blueberry Festival is brought to you by Richmond Baking, Bacon Theater Incorporated, First Franklin Financial Corporation, ATC, Woody Folsom Auto Group, MBG Marketing, Alma Exchange Bank and Trust, Bacon County Farm Bureau, and by Georgia Power.
You're listening to WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, world famous Butch and Bob show for this very first day of June. And Bob, we got more guests in here.
Yeah, the Boys and Girls Club has the big drawing, and someone's about to win money. Is that right?
That is right.
Okay, introduce yourself when you go in there, okay?
Okay, I'm Felicia Williams.
Mikey
And we have Nick Ellis, and we have his son, Dominique Williams, and he is going to draw the lucky ticket. We've had our $10,000 up to $10,000 raffle ticket if we had sold 200, and we sold 142 tickets. So we are fixing to pull a ticket for $7,100.
$7,100 someone's going to win right now. Is that what you're trying to say? You said what you're telling me right now?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
$7,100. When this ticket's gone out, this person. Okay.
Yep, here we go.
This is exciting right here.
So
I mean, we had our cash can giver winner yesterday at $1,055, but this is $7,100. And this fine young gentleman right here gets to have the honor of making somebody very happy. Just dig deep down in there. He's closing his eyes. He's got his back turned. Of course, he's on video anyway. And he just threw a name out there and gave it to who is it? Who is it? Who just won $7,100?
County Commission.
Who?
County Commission.
So they split. I actually sold this ticket, so I better get a cut out of it.
So several folks of the Wayne County Commission went in together to buy tickets.
They so Angie,
how many of them?
Amanda, Luther, Nan, and Dewana. They won.
So how many? 4 of them?
The 5 of them.
5 of them
will split the $7,000.
Wow! So 5 ladies down the Wayne County Commission will split the
Luther.
And Luther. Yes. And Luther too.
Darn, I wanted to win. I did find the cash can. That is a sore subject in my house.
We're at
the farmer's market like every weekend.
Yes, you were right there stepping all over top of it. You didn't even know it.
Did not.
You had
know.
money below your feet.
We even looked.
I know. We've had other folks that looked and didn't see it. But this is great. Tell us, Felicia, what the fundraiser was for the Boys and Girls Club. What y'all have a certain project, just day in, day out operation, what?
Yes, well, our summer program is actually beginning today, and so a lot of these funds will be used for a summer program for the kids. We've got the community garden going on, so we have a lot of funds going into the garden, and so if you haven't been at the farmers market, you should swing by. And look at the great vegetables that have been grown in our garden there at the club.
It looks great out there.
Well, thank you. We've got a lot of things going on, and I would like to say while we're on the air that parents, if you're still looking for a fun educational summer program for your children, they were arriving at 7:30 this morning, eagerly and excited. We've got lots of fun planned for the summer.
Y'all do a ton of fun stuff for the kids during the summer. Yes. And it's from 7:30 in the morning to what time?
5:30 in the evening.
5:30, and you can bring them one day, all days, part of the summer, a little bit of the summer. It really doesn't matter.
Your needs.
Yeah,
we got a great staff.
Y'all serve meals. You have fun activities.
That's right.
Just the kids love going.
That's right. We're looking forward to the summer. So if you're listening, bring your kids out. Let's get them registered. And Dominique here, and he is on his way to the club now.
He is. All right. Can you give me those names once again of the folks down there at the commission that just won $7,100?
Dewana.
Spell that.
DAWANA. I guess that was my guess.
DAW. What now?
ANA maybe.
Dewana. Last name. Okay.
Names.
Dewana and who else?
Nan. NAN.
Nan. Okay. Luther.
Smart.
Yep.
Amanda. And Angie.
So those 5 folks will split that $7,100 because they probably went in and bought a few tickets or something like that. A lot of folks do that, but that's great. So you're able to sell those tickets. You give away $7,100. You got another $7,100 going into the summer program there at Boys and Girls Club. What number can folks call to get a hold of the Boys and Girls Club? See about putting their kids into the program, whether it's either one day of the week, all 5 days, 1 week of the summer, all summer. It doesn't matter.
We have, this is the age of the cell phones and everything.
I don't want to remember his phone numbers anymore.
Pulling it for us. It is 559 2419.
2419 Boys and Girls Club here in Jessup. And y'all do sell y'all's vegetables up there at the farmers market, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. And if they can swing by the club also. We'll make sure we have some ready for them if they can.
They all sell both days, Friday afternoons and Saturday mornings?
Yes.
Okay.
And throughout the week. So if anybody needs any vegetables during the week, we sell them then too. They just need to call me.
Okay.
And I go fix a bag for them.
Okay. What kind of veggies are y'all growing there?
We've got zucchinis. Well, what's ready right now are zucchini, squash, snap beans, cucumbers. We're pulling about a bushel of cucumbers a day. That's how many cucumbers we have.
Watermelon.
We'll have corn. We'll have tomatoes ready. All kinds of things. Yeah, they're going a little slow. But a whole bunch of different vegetables. But right now, the ones, if you were to come up to the farmer's market, or if you want a bag from us, we have zucchini, plenty of squash and cucumbers,
Okay.
and snap beans.
All right, sounds good.
And we'll even throw a little plant in there for you too.
Fantastic. Boys and Girls Club, check it out for the summer. And congratulations to those 5 folks down there at the Wayne County Commission who just won that $7,100.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, the world famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, brought to you by My Birch Ford in Blackshear, by Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway, and by Parker Insurance and Realty, located on Macon Street in downtown Jessup, right across from the Heritage Bank. Man, those folks are just good. They bought those tickets, and you had Dewana and Nan and Luther and Amanda and Angie down there at the Wayne County Commission, the winners in the drawing there on the Boys and Girls Club, $7,100. They'll split it 5 ways. All right, the time now is 8:36. Coming up in just a moment, your weather forecast is going to be hot. Stay tuned.
When it comes to money, it always seems the unexpected happens when you can least afford it. That's when you need someone you can count on. At First Franklin Financial, we're here when you need us. We make loans for all reasons and all seasons, so just tell us how much you need.